Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm super excited today to be sharing with you a little preview into the brand new Cyberpunk Trading Card Game. If you want to check it out for yourself, be sure to follow them on all their social medias. I will leave links down below, and also be sure to follow them on their Kickstarter pre-launch page, which is live, by the way, so go check that out, link below in the description. A huge thank you to the folks over at Weirdco and CD Projekt Red for sending me out the alpha kit to check out and share with you guys a little sneak peek of what the Cyberpunk Trading Card Game has in store. Whether you're new to trading card games or you're a trading card game veteran, welcome. I'm about to share with you what is inside this alpha kit box, particularly designed to show off, give you a little sneak peek into the game, and if you want to see some gameplay, I hope to get some done, so let me know in the comments down below what you want to see and what kind of gameplay videos you would like to see. Let's get into it. It is beautiful. I do love it. It's particularly very beautiful. Ooh. And I'm pretty sure you can check out their VOD. It's up on the CD Projekt Red Twitch. They did a whole live stream of gameplay with the developers, and it was super fun. Be sure to check that out also. So, let's go. Oh, it's already in such... I just love the box already. It's so pretty. And something that's really cool that it comes with, these are your obviously placemats. If you haven't played a trading card game before, most different trading card games are very different ways of playing, different ways of like laying out the game field. So, and obviously in this particular trading card game, these are for your dice. You're gonna need your set of 6 dice, your legends, which is all laid out. So I think it's like really nice to show people like how you play the game and just to like know where to lay out your cards and whatnot. So they're really nice, very shiny. You can definitely see my reflection in it on the camera. And then on the back, oh, I didn't know it had this. This is nice. On the back, it tells you what the different card types are. So we have the legends, and legends are leader of your crew and the centerpiece of your deck. All legends begin face down in a random order, whether face up or face down. Legends can be spent to pay costs like eddies. So eddies is like the mana resources. So you can put down a card once per turn, but it either has to be a gear or a program. You can't like resource any units, but your three legends, which are here, and you like shuffle them. They don't go into your deck. You'll shuffle them at the start of your game, and then they'll get placed down here, but you can tap them or exert them to pay 2 to be able to flip one of your legends, because you obviously shuffle them so you don't know where they are. And then the abilities on your legends can help you basically win the game against your opponent. And then the whole main goal of the game is that you need to start your turn with a total of 6 gigs, which essentially is dice, but because it's like cyberpunk, and if you don't know a lot about cyberpunk, it's basically a video game set in basically 2077, I believe, and it's also I know it more from the anime, which is on Netflix. Essentially, your gigs are your dice, and then the total number of gigs adds up to your street cred, which in like for flavor wise in the cyberpunk universe, it makes so much sense. But I'm super excited to get into it. But that's basically your legends. So you can spend 2 eddies, which is your mana, to flip your legend face up, and then you've got your units, which is just all your like basic people cards. Units are members of your crew that attack your rival and their units, and then you also need to have a unit on the board, be able to tap or exert a unit to be able to steal one of your opponent's gigs. And then we also have programs. Programs are instantaneous effects, I can't pronounce the word, I'm very sorry, that happen once and then they're immediately discarded. So you can play programs at any time during your play phase. So essentially they're like actions, and you can play the action and then the action gets discarded. And then we have gears, and gear cards are basically like, you can equip it to your unit or your legends, and it'll give it like bonus Like you can have like bonus to attack, and all their attacks are like at the bottom. You can't see it great in this, but essentially, they'll have abilities, and they have special effects and advantages. And then to play a gear card, pay its cost and attach to a friendly unit. When a unit moves to a different area, such as the trash, all its gear goes attached with it. So essentially like a backpack, and you're attaching a backpack to say your legend or your unit. And some legends have like, some of the legends have particular abilities to be able to say if they have a cost here, say because V costs 5, and this particular ability, the one I'm talking about, goes solo. So you can actually, if you have 5 eddies, 5 mana, 5 cards in your resource zone, you can tap the 5, use the 5, and you'll be able to play V from your legend zone to your play zone. Yeah, your field. To your field. I wasn't sure what it's called. But yeah, let's get into the rest of the box. And oh, that's so sweet. So it comes with one for you and one for your opponent. I'm super excited to start playing. Oh, and these are your particular leaders. Is this one leader? Is this a promo? It is beautiful. Let's cry. Oh, I like it. I like how it has a little tear. It has a little tear slip. My worst fear about opening cards in plastic packaging is that I'll tear it. So I'm not even going to attempt because I don't want to ruin it because it's so pretty. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm not going to try to pronounce his first name because I will definitely forget, but the foiling is just stunning. So he's Yorinobu Arasaka, embracing destruction. So he's one of your legends. So he'll be like obviously face down over here, and you'll have to flip it. You'll have 3. You play 3 legends. You play 3 legends in your deck. They don't get shuffled into your deck, and they stay face up on the board. And his ability, the first time a friendly Arasaka unit attacks each turn, draw a card, and then if you have less than 20 street cred, so this is what I was talking about with the gigs. So basically your 6 dice that you roll when they're in your gig zone. The total number that you've rolled, because you roll a dice at the start of each of like your play before you start playing cards, you basically will draw a card and then you'll roll a dice before you'll decide what to spend your money on, your eddies, or what to play to the field before you attack, do anything. You'll roll a die. So he's basically, then if you have less than 20 street cred, discard 1 card from your hand to your trash. So they have like abilities, and he's obviously Arasaka, and then obviously we'll have unit cards which will be Arasaka. So when you're friendly, meaning your unit, Arasaka unit, attacks each turn, draw a card, and if you have less than 20 street cred, you discard a card. So you essentially can draw a card and discard a card, but if you have more than 20 street cred, I imagine you can just draw a card, you won't have to discard. But yeah, he is very beautiful. I'll be sure to sleeve that up straight away, and I will have to play an Arasaka deck. So I believe these are the decks. Welcome to the official Cyberpunk Trading Card Game. Form the ultimate Edgerunner crew. See, Cyberpunk Edgerunners is like that's what gives me like, it's like from Netflix. It's so cool. But yeah, I also just love trading card games, and I love trying out different trading card games. And it's super interesting just to see what different games have different mechanics, and some are very similar, but I think this is quite interesting when you bring in the whole gig dice aspect, because it's not something I've really seen before. Form the ultimate Edgerunner crew. Mix and match your favorite characters from the Cyberpunk franchise to create an unstoppable netrunning crew. Overcome your opponent not just by doing damage, but completing gigs, gaining eddies, and increasing your rep as Night City legends. Adapt to the dynamic gigs. Nothing's guaranteed in Night City. Be ready to change your strategy on the fly when gigs don't go as planned. So obviously when your opponent steals one of your gigs, not great. You don't want that to happen. So, and you don't know if they're gonna tap their card, they're going to steal your gig, or they're going to challenge maybe one of your units that's on your board, and you don't want that to happen, bro. Lock down your crew to protect a valuable dice roll, or set your sights on an opponent if the reward looks a little more enticing. Ooh. How to win. So this is what I was saying earlier, that how to win. You have to start your turn with 6 gigs. If a player already has at least 6 gig dice in their gig area before they do anything on their turn, they win. In overtime, as soon as you have 7 gigs, after both players complete a turn without taking a new gig from their fixture, the game goes into overtime. In overtime, as soon as you have the majority of the gig dice, you win. Oh, and then it includes how the turn structure works. So you'll basically draw a card, and then you'll gain a gig, so you'll roll your die and put it in your gig zone. You can roll all of them except your D20, when your D20 has to be rolled last. And then you can sell an eddy, which is essentially resource a card. And then you can pay 2 eddies to flip a legend, and then your legends will have special abilities. So you might want to take the first few turns, you'll have 3. You have 3 legends, unless you have like, if you don't have a lot of units and stuff you want to play, you can do that and just flip your legends, because they might have an ability which might help. So say like you pay 2 and you flip this guy, and then you also have an Arazaka unit on the board. Being able to attack, and then you'll be able to draw a card, also just helps you filter through get the kind of card that you want to get, to be able to filter through your deck. So I can see how that's like really good. Yeah. How to win. Before you begin, shuffle. Randomize your legends face down so you don't know where the cards are. So you have to shuffle your 3 and then put them in your legend zones. And then to start, each player draws 6 cards, and then you can mulligan, but if you want to mulligan, you have to put the whole 6 cards back and shuffle again. And you can only do that once, which is essential. Gigs and street cred. Important to note. Start a turn with 6 gigs. Start a turn with 6 gig dice to win. At the start of your turn, take a gig from your fixer area. So that's what they call like the little fixer area there where you keep your gigs. Roll it to set its value. Move it to your gig area. You can choose any gig dice except the D20, which must also always enter last. When you successfully attack your rival directly, steal a gig of your choice from their gig area. And then street cred is the sum total of all your gig dice values. The more street cred lets you use more powerful effects. Oh, and then this is obviously one of our first deck, which is a blue and yellow deck. So let's start looking. So obviously the first 3 cards we see are going to be our legends. Our V, who is like, I will be cosplaying her because V is like, you can dress up as V as like any, so I want to do a really cool V. It's in the planning. It's in the planning. So first of all, we have Jackie Wells. Pour one out for me. 0 strength, so the strength is like down here. The first time you play a blue unit or a blue gear each turn, you may increase a friendly gig by 2, and then if it's at max value, draw a card. So this is where you probably want to like start off, or if you have like Jack on the board and he's flipped, you kind of want to play your lower gigs. You kind of want to use your lower gigs first. You want to kind of roll your D4 and your D6, because then if you only hit like a 2 or a 4, you'll be able to, if he slips, you'll be able to increase it by 2, which is really interesting. V, we talked about her earlier. She has the ability go solo, meaning that you can pay, she has a cost here. See the way Jack doesn't have a cost? You can play hers. You can pay her cost, and basically play her to the field as a unit. And then Vector, sit down and relax. When he's flipped, so I believe it just means when he's flipped, search the top 5 cards of your deck for up to 2 gear that cost 2 or less each turn, reveal them, and add them to your hand. Place the other cards in the bottom of your deck in a random order. Interesting. I like this deck. This deck seems fun. And then these are the gears we were talking about. Kuroshi optics, because obviously in Cyberpunks they're all like enhanced and it's like really cool. And you can obviously attach the gear, like enhance your leader or your unit, and it'll get +1 strength. You see that, +1 strength. And then attack when I believe it's when you attack. Look at a friendly face down legend without revealing it. Oh, so you could attach it to a unit, and then because you obviously don't know which legend is where, if this is on a unit and you attack with it, you can look and like say, because then you can choose when you pay the 2, you can choose which legend you want to reveal. So say you're attaching it to a unit, and then you're particularly looking to find your Jack, so then you want to have a look at it and be like, oh, okay, and then you have 2 more resources, you'll be able to flip it and have a look at it. Well, let's have a blocker, which is basically kind of like a bodyguard kind of card. When a unit attacks, you may spend this unit to redirect it. Spend. Okay, so spend is like exert. It's like tap. So you can exert this unit. So this is a gear, so you're going to attach it to a unit, and it essentially gives the ability of when this unit attacks, when a rival unit attacks, you can exert this unit, and it will block the attack. So it will take all the damage, which is super interesting. And we're back. So we also have another gear, which is Dying Night. This is not focused great. Dying Night. I just also have to just say the art is so beautiful. I have to appreciate it. It's really pretty, especially the foiling. I know we talked about this, but he's just so beautiful. Okay, and then we have Dying Night. If you have 7+ street cred, defeat a rival gear card that costs 2 or less. That's pretty crazy. And then we have we're on to our programs. So there are all the gears. I know you can have at least 3 of each card in the deck, max of 3 cards, and then I don't know if there's a certain number of gears or programs you're allowed, but I'm gonna find out, and I will let you guys know. So then we're on to our programs, and this deck has Flora. 3 cost. Return a spent unit with cost 4 or less to its owner's hand. Oh, so you're bouncing it back to their hand, which is pretty cool. And then we have 3 of those in the deck, because you're allowed to play 3. No more than 3. You can also play 1 or 2, but no more than 3. Robot Octaves. Give a friendly unit 4+ power this turn. Defeated at the end of turn. Oh, so you can give it +4 strength attack, and but then you have to defeat it at the end of turn, so that's super interesting. Bombus, guys. This is my favorite. The Bombus. I love the Bombus. This is what I want to actually dress up as. But it might be a case of me just having to hold the Bombus. But it's my dream, and if someone wants to help me build a Bombus, I'll do the screen. I think if I get if I get a giant, like one of those giant blow up soccer balls, I could paint it to look like a Bombus and make its wings out of foam. Like, that would be pretty awesome. I could do it. Stay tuned for more. And then the Bombus is a unit, but he's also a blocker. So when a rival attacks, you may spend this unit to redirect and attack it. So a Bombus is like people steal them in the Cyberpunk 2077 world, and they like rewire their wires and turn them into bombs, and that's why they're like secondhand Bombus. But they're so cute. Look at them. Little bombuses. I love the bombus. I'm gonna dress up as a bombus. Okay. That's all. We're gonna go build a bombus costume right now. Thank you. Thanks for joining. We've got Evelyn Parker, who is another unit, Scheming Siren, and she's a doll. I never noticed that on the bombus, because the bombus is a drone, but also a Zetatech. Yeah. When a rival steals one or more friendly gigs, if this unit is spent, draw a card. So if she's exerted, and your opponent steals one of your gigs, you get to draw a card. So it kind of entices them to not want to steal a card, but if they steal a gig, but if they do, you get to draw a card if she's tapped or spent. 3-cost T-Bug unit. Amateur Philosopher. He's got 5 strength. It's just basically a vanilla, but he's also a netrunner and a merc. But having a 3-cost 5 unit, pretty good. Oh, okay. A 4-cost, this is also a vanilla, but it's a vehicle. The Delaman Cab. A 4-cost 7 strength unit. 7 power, because it's both their strength and their health, both their attack and their health. So 7 power unit, just a vanilla. Oh, and then we've got a 5-cost unit, MTOD 12, MTOD 12, MTOD. I'm gonna call him MTOD. He's probably MTOD. A Militech drone. If you have 7 or more street cred, this unit can't be blocked. Oh, so if your opponent has a bombus and they try to block his attack with the bombus, and you have more than 7 street cred, so if your dice add up to more than 7, they can't do nothing. And then we have an actual, obviously we have our legend Jackie, but we have a unit Jackie too. And then our unit Jackie is a 6-cost with 6+. Oh, 6+. 6+ power, and he reads, this unit has +2 power for each of your friendly gigs. So if you have 6 gigs, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, +6, he's 18 power. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of power. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Ride or die, choom. I feel like that's what he'd sound like in my brain. Ride or die, choom. That is a pretty good card. I like that card. Now, moving on to our second one. And we came with 2 decks, so I'll be able to play with a friend. Share some gameplay with you guys. So hopefully I'll go get these sleeved up, and then I should be able to get around to filming some epic gameplay. Ooh, Yorinobu Osaka. Legend. These are the 3 legends. So we have Yorinobu. Oh, that's our dude. It's our dude. We can play him. Great. We can play him. He's going into this deck. Shiny cards only. We love shiny cards. So we have Yorinobu, Garu, and Saburo. So this seems like it's going to be a red-green deck. And then we've already talked about Yorinobu. First time a friendly Arasaki unit attacks each turn, draw a card, and then if you have less than 20 street cred, discard 1 card from your hand to your trash. Garu Tekamura. I'm so sorry I butchered that. And he has the ability Go Solo, so he's pretty like V's ability, meaning that you can pay the 5 and you'll be able to play him to the field. And then he also has the ability Blocker, so like the Bombus! When a rival unit attacks, you may spend this unit to redirect the attacks to this unit. Like a Bombus. He is a boy Bombus. Saburo Arasaka. Your Arasaka units have +1 power when attacking. Whoa. Okay, that's pretty good. So you want to get him face up so that all your dudes get plus, all your Arasaka dudes, your Arasaka units get +1 attack. Now, looking at our gears first, and then obviously our programs, and then they have it set up so gears and obviously you want to shuffle this. You don't want to play it like this. You don't want to shuffle this. So we have 3 mantis blades. This is what I want to build. I want to build mantis blades. I'm gonna build a V with mantis blades, cause like how epic would that be? Watch me rock up to a convention with as a V with mantis blades, cause that's a pretty sick costume. Yeah, I'm bored. It is a 1-cost gear, and you can equip it to a unit or a face-up legend, and it just gives +2 power. And then we have our Satori. A 2-cost gear gives +1. If this unit wins a fight against a rival unit, draw a card. Nice. So if you attack, it'll give 1 +1 power. So then if you attack and basically win the fight, so get rid of their unit, send their unit to the discard, you can draw a card. So that's pretty nice. And then we have Sandivishjin. Anyway, it's a cyberware of a spine. Cyberware spine. It gives +3 power, 3 costs, +3. Okay. When you play it, this unit can attack spent units this turn. Oh. So if your opponent has an exerted unit on their board, this will be able to attack it when you play it to your unit. On to programs. Increase a friendly gig by 4. Then if you have 7 or more street cred, draw a card. Ooh. So essentially, if you have 3, if you rolled a 3 on like a d10, you can increase it by 4 and you'll have 7 street cred, and then you get to draw a card. And then your programs are like your actions, so obviously you play them, they'll get discarded, and you can't do it again. But then there's some cards that have the ability to like bring it back from the graveyard, I'm sure, and from your discard. Okay, another program. 2-cost corporate surveillance. Spend a rival unit with cost 3 or less. Oh, so it gives you the ability to be able to exert one of your opponent's characters, meaning that like you can basically, you could play this, and then you could play this, and because it's spent, exerted, GG's. You can kill their dude. You can banish their dude. Oh, okay, now we're on to units. Oh, we've got more blockers. We've got more Bombus friends. Corpo, a 2-cost Corpo security. It has 2 power. This unit can't attack, but it's a blocker. So, okay, I like the idea of this being like, it costs 2 real S, so if your opponent's playing, like, say in the mirror especially, if your opponent has this on the board, you can exert it, and then you can play this program. No, wrong one. Wrong program. No, wrong program. Anyway, you can you're the one that did the thing. You can do that and exert it. You can do that and then exert it, so then you can get rid of their blocker before they're able to block. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Ruthless Lowlife. When a rival steals 1 or more friendly gigs, if this unit is spent, the value of those gigs becomes 1. A 2-cost, 1 power unit. When a rival steals 1 or more friendly gigs, if this unit is spent, the value of those gigs becomes 1. Oh, whoa. So if he's spent, meaning exerted, and your opponent tries to steal one or more of your gigs, and say you rolled a 10 on a d10 and they take that gig, it's going to turn to a 1. So obviously they're going to want to get rid of this unit on your field before they steal your gigs. And obviously the whole point of the game is that you want to start your turn with 6 or more gigs. A 3-cost Swordwise Hustle. It's just a 3/5 essentially Arasaka Merc, but obviously has the Arasaka tag, so we'll be able to synergize with our Sabaru Arasaka, meaning our Arasaka units have +1 power, so meaning when she attacks, she's gonna have the +1 power, so she's actually gonna be a 3/6 if you have this leader flipped, which that is synergy in right there. We're synergy in. And then we have another vanilla, but this time not an Arasaka. He is just a 4-cost, 7 power emergency atlas, a vehicle and a corpo. And then we have a Garu Tekamura. This unit has +1 power during your turn for each face-up legend in your legends area. Oh. So he could be an 8 power if you have all 3 of your legends faced up in the legends area. And obviously because he's basically the unit version of this card, because you can play this to the field, and if you've played him, he's only going to get the +2 because it does like specify that it's like in your legends area. Oh, and then we have a big boy, 6, 9 power. In play, when you play it, if you have 12 or more street cards, defeat a rival unit with power 5 or less. Whoa. So it's like targeted removal with power 5 or less. Whoa. That's pretty good, I have to say. That's pretty good. Yeah. I like that. That's like no dude, I'm getting rid of your card. So we've got 2 decks. I can't wait to sleep with these decks and play. I'm so excited, but I think there's something else. Are these dice? Okay, now I remember because they showed these on their stream. These are the dice. They're so pretty. Okay, now we're really ready to play. Guys, I love dice, but they're so they're themed so well that they really match they match the borders of these so perfectly. And then is there more dice in this one? Drum roll. Drum roll. These ones are even prettier. They have the same borders, but okay, I'm playing with these ones. These ones are mine. These ones will be mine. My opponent can play with those ones. I will take the Jackie deck because that seems like fun. And yes. Oh, these are pretty. I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. I'm excited. We can start playing. I can't wait. Thanks so much for joining me for today's video as we went over the Cyberpunk Trading Card Game Alpha Kit. Hope you guys got a good sneak peek of what the Cyberpunk Trading Card Game is going to be like. Be sure to follow their pre-launch page on Kickstarter, link down below. Let me know if you want to see more content, what kind of more content you want to see, some gameplay videos coming at you soon. See you in the next.